Hello, my name is Riley Block, and my final project for EE151 is a target searching light sensor, which is essentially a system that a solar panel would use, so that it's always at the correct angle to absorb the max amount of sunlight that it can. Now here, I'm going to turn my camera so you can see it better. So essentially what I have here is a servo motor with a photoresistor hooked on top of it. Now this photoresistor is connected to an analog input pin on the Arduino. And essentially what that allows me to do is it allows me to take brightness measurements and convert those brightness percentages from 0 to 100%. And what my system does is the servo motor will turn from 0 to 180 degrees and take a brightness measurement at each angle. And while it's doing this, it'll remember which brightness percentage is the highest as it goes along. Now, at the same time this is happening, a tone will emit from the buzzer that will correspond to the brightness. So essentially, as the brightness increases, the frequency of the tone will also increase. Now, once it's done scanning from 0 to 180 degrees, it'll turn back to wherever the brightness measurement was and repeat that same tone 3 times. At the same time, to help identify, it'll output the highest brightest percentage to the LCD along with the corresponding angle to this. Now the other features I have on this is I have a hardware interrupt button that will display a fun little solar energy message to the LCD instead of displaying the brightness or the angle. And then I also have a little LED that can be turned on and off with a button, so we can kind of see the effects of light on the sensor. So as when you turn it on, it'll change the brightness percentage. Now I kind of just want to explain it all before because it gets really loud once it starts going, but here I'm going to start it up. So right now it's scanning. See, it gets quieter when it gets darker. It's scanned all the way around. Now it turns back to where it got the highest brightest percentage. So it said the highest brightness was 26% at 101 degrees. And then it just repeats and does it again to find where the brightest measurement is at. Now while it's doing this, I can turn on and off this LED to change the brightness. And boom, now it's saying 25% at 124 degrees was the brightest measurement. And then also while it's doing this, I can display a little fun solar energy message that says solar energy is the future on the LCD. So essentially this would be very useful for solar panels today because it'll ensure that the solar panels are always in the perfect position so that we're absorbing the most amount of light and we're always being the most efficient with our solar panels. But here, I'll just let it go one more time through to just show it. Awesome, and this one, it says the brightest measurement was 25% at 88 degrees. But that is my project. Thank you so much for listening, and bye.